can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York.
I am so sorry, guys. We're going to try this again. Richie Hicks Jr., Sports Podcast here on Facebook Live and YouTube. I'm your host, Richie. On today's show, going to be hitting on the American League playoffs, the picture. New York Yankees walking it off behind the bat of Jose Caballero yesterday. Dramatic 3-2 victory, scoring two in the ninth. And I'm going to repaint the picture. Getting parched. Just kidding, guys. I'll tell you what happened. It's kind of comical. Sometimes when I do short shows, I go on my cell phone and just walk outside and enjoy the lake view. And good friend of mine, I'm going to call her out, yes, Verna Figueroa, called me. I clicked the red button, and I unfortunately, in the process, didn't realize that I muted my mic. Wasn't sure what you heard. Wasn't sure what was the last thing I said. So I'm deciding to just give it another run and do it all over again. Jose Caballero came in as a pinch runner for Ben Rice earlier in the game, and he paid dividends. Game-winning walk-off hit, punching the Yankees' ticket to the playoffs. It was beautiful. The intensity in that stadium is just unparalleled anywhere you go in Major League Baseball. And shouts out my friend Victor Q. I know that he mentioned he's going to be making a trip out to New York. And I told him, wait for the 28th to find out if the Yankees are going to be in town. Because watching a Yankee playoff game is an experience that even if you're not a Yankee fan, I think everybody should see at least once. Yankees have a weird irony in this victory as their most hated rival, the Boston Red Sox, did them a favor yesterday and defeated the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays are now only one game ahead of the New York Yankees in the American League East with 5 to play. Yankees have the easiest path to get to a division title. Red Sox have the toughest path of games remaining in general. And the Blue Jays are doing what we like to call a September swoon. The pressure is starting to mount. And we will revisit all the gunk that the Blue Jays were talking about the New York Yankees, talking about the Blue Jays announcing team, talking about the New York Yankees, because it would be something for them to fall apart at the worst possible time. And speaking of falling apart, how about those Detroit Tigers? 7th loss in a row. They are deadlocked with the Cleveland Guardians right now. Almost said Indians. Guardians right now. And that would be a catastrophic crumble for them if it goes down that way. New York Mets, by virtue of winning their game, Francisco Alvarez, big home run in Wrigley, keeping the Mets, jumping them back into the final wild card spot for now. Cincinnati Reds get beat. Arizona Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers. So it is very, very tight. There is not a lot of room in the National League for that final wild card spot. I'll go on record in saying I am pulling for the Mets for one reason and one reason only, for my best friend, Richard Dorney. That man has suffered his whole life. Let them get in. And then they could fail him once they get in, but let them get in at least. Shouts out Francisco Lindor. Got to say this. My beautiful niece, Camilla, Dorney's daughter, had a sign for Francisco Lindor, and Lindor took the time out of his pregame warm-ups to talk to my beautiful niece. And I don't care what team you play for. I don't care about any of that. When you treat children like that, you're a winner in my eyes. So shout out to you, Francisco Lindor. A good dude. I'll put it to you like that. A good dude that wears the wrong New York uniform, but a good dude nonetheless. Um, Garrett Crochet on the bump, the Red Sox ace against the Blue Jays. He's going up against future Hall of Famer Matt Scherzer. It is going to be a very interesting game tonight. I'm taking the Blue Jays for the dub. I like the Blue Jays tonight. New York Yankees have their ace, so one of their two aces. Max Fried on the bump tonight against the White Sox. I'm taking the Yankees to win. Cal Raleigh, Aaron Judge are connected because of this home run historic race. Judge is not in a position to break his own record this year. Raleigh is. And with only 5 remaining, we're going to see if he joins the 60 club. If he hits 62, 63 is not out of the question. But most importantly, the Seattle Mariners broke their postseason drought yesterday. And they are currently in first place, jumping the Houston Astros. They're the hottest team in baseball right now, the Seattle Mariners are. And, it's been a year of a lot of history for these Mariners. Recently, Cal broke the single season home run record for their franchise, formerly held by the great Hall of Famer Ken Griffey Jr. And truthfully, I think Ken Griffey Jr. is just one of the greatest baseball players that ever lived. Were it not for the injuries, maybe he would be the all-time home run king and jumping the incomparable late great Hank Aaron. Speaking of Seattle, we got some football tonight, guys. San Francisco 49ers, Arizona Cardinals, Los Angeles Rams, Seattle Seahawks. I think it's a very competitive West. The Cardinals and the Hawks are going at it tonight. Arizona is home. I'm expecting something similar to what we saw in the 49er game. I think the big difference that we're going to see tonight is that there will be a little more offense. I'm looking for both teams to go heavy on the run game. Trey Benson going to be getting the action tonight. And you got that dual two-headed monster in Seattle of Zach Charbonnet as well as Kenneth Walker. I think the deciding factor tonight is which quarterback makes the big mistake. And quite frankly, I believe that quarterback could indeed be Kyler Murray. I like the road team tonight in a close one. Give me the Seattle Seahawks 24. Give me the Arizona Cardinals 23. It's going to be a very close game. I like both these rosters. I think that although the Rams are the consensus easy pick to win this division, a Matt Stafford injury could change that. Now, granted, they have Jimmy G, another former Super Bowl quarterback. He didn't win, but he still got there. So they have a good quarterback room. But right now, the Rams and the Eagles are the class of the NFC. I said a week ago it was the Packers. I still think the Packers are a great team. And it'll be interesting to see Micah Parsons looking across at Dak Prescott playing the Cowboys this week. We're going to hit on that on our bigger weekly preview. New York Yankees, good stuff yesterday. Just so very happy. I was in a construction traffic jam and I logged into MLB and I was able to see the final 2 innings of that, and it was electric. And it's just the beginning. And like I said, so much parity going into these MLB playoffs. There truly is no ultimate huge favorite right now. We know the Brewers have had a phenomenal season. I know a lot of people are kind of concerned to make them the big favorite. Los Angeles Dodgers, given their depth, you have to assume that they should be the favorites or a favorite. Philadelphia Phillies just keep winning. But, American League's wide open. It's going to be so much fun. And you'll be seeing a lot more baseball coverage as the playoffs approach. NBA around the corner. My New York Knickerbockers looking for that elusive first NBA title since the 1973 season. Can Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns bring it home with new coach Mike Brown? We're going to have a detailed NBA preview coming up soon. as we are not far from the NBA. NFL, can't believe the first month is about to be over. NFL season goes ever so quick. And I'm going to hit you guys with some of my fantasy plays too. Have a great day, everyone, from everyone here at the Richie Hicks Jr. Sports Podcast. Goodbye for now.